up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Here we got a 1,000-pound engine stand from Harbor Freight, picked up for $47 after a 25% off friends and family coupon. We're gonna go ahead and get this thing assembled, get the engine mounted on the stand, and give a more thorough review on this. So let's go ahead and get this thing put together. All right, guys, let's see what's in the box here. All right, everything is unboxed from the 1,000-pound engine stand contents. As you can see, it does not look too complex, just a few variables, metal casters, steel tubes, motor mount, nuts and bolts, which I am impressed with. The manufacturer went ahead and put all the washers, nuts and bolts together so you don't get those all mixed up. Instructions look to be basically a simple diagram, which is fine. I can follow along, just figure out the lengths and diameters of the bolts. So let's go ahead and figure out what tools we need, and we'll go ahead and get started assembling this motor stand. Tools required for this engine stand will be a pair of 14 millimeters, 17 millimeters, 18 millimeters, and one 19 millimeter. Don't have a flat 19 millimeter, so this offset wrench will have to do. Let's go ahead and get this thing put together. What I did notice on this rear caster slot is there is a lot of play left and right. So I went ahead in my parts box, found two washers that matches the diameter of this bolt right here, and essentially sandwiched it in between this wheel and this piece of sheet metal here. So essentially these washers right here, one will go on each direction right here to eliminate the extra play of this wheel going left and right just like that. Went ahead and did it on this side, and it feels like it's pretty tight compared to what the factory was, so I'm pretty happy of how it turned out. So we will go ahead and replicate that on this side. right, preliminary assembly of this engine stand is about complete. Let me show you some details of what I noticed during assembly. First, we see a gap between this angle steel right here versus the bar. This 19mm bolt was a little tough to get in there, so maybe a ratcheting 19mm, if you have one, would speed the process up. As I showed you earlier about these rear casters, there was a lot of space in between, so I went ahead and sandwiched 2 washers when I slid the bolt through. That basically seemed to solve the left and right slack that it had. Again, right here, angle iron, got a gap there where the holes are mounted into the tube steel, so they could have made this a little bit tighter. There's actually a bolt on the underside, the first step, and this tube slides into this portion right here. However, it would have been more ideal if there was a threaded nut to match it into. Instead, all it does is basically the bolt just clamps this tube into position. So that should have been a little bit more secure. And then here on this tubular shaft, you've got this pin and it's very loose. Could have had some more tolerance. As you can see, there's a lot of play on this. Handle has some slack as well. Overall, not bad of an engine stand for $47 after my coupons. So most people like this stand. It's got mostly 5-star reviews on it. I think once we get this engine mounted onto position, it will probably tighten things up, especially like, things like this and, right here, because all the weight's going to be pushing down per se. So overall, not bad engine stand. And next step is to get this mounted onto the motor, and we shall see how sturdy this is. All right, guys, this concludes the assembly of this 1,000-pound engine stand from Harbor Freight, model number 69520. This is highly rated on their website, so we will see actually how sturdy this is once we mount the engine onto the stand itself. If you guys got any questions on the assembly, please comment below. Please remember, recycle your plastic bags, your cardboard boxes. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Have a great day.